What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV, man. And look, we're one day ahead of the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics, Game 6. And all I can sit here and think about after watching that Game 5 performance is Jimmy Butler is an all-star. He is not. I repeat, he is not a superstar. And I know this is going to burst some of y'all bubble, and some of y'all going to be pissed, and y'all going to tell me I don't know basketball, and what am I talking about? Jimmy Butler is the straw that stirs the drink for the Miami Heat. He's their leader without question. They wouldn't be this far without him. He's the defensive anchor, so on and so forth, right? But I've been watching basketball for a very long time. I watched Jimmy Butler play. He's a very good player. He's very good. He has great defense. But Jimmy is not transcendent. I repeat, Jimmy Butler is not a transcendent great player. He's not special to me either. And a superstar is both of those things. A superstar is special and he is transcendent. Jimmy Butler is not. I've watched this playoff run that the Miami Heat have been going on. They've won several games with Jimmy Butler not shooting well, like him having 17-point performances. And they've won in a big fashion, and they've dominated games with him scoring 17 points. And he ain't come up with 5-6 steals and stuff like that. He had a decent stat line, right? But see, I don't watch sports through Sports Center. Sports Center doesn't just tell me what happened and I just take it and run with it. A lot of people watch Sports Center, they see highlights and they just come up with the conclusion of what happened in the game. See, broadcast media, they play, just this is what happens with Jimmy. Jimmy he'll hit a big three in the fourth quarter, and he'll have a big block, right? And people will be led to believe that he dominated the entire game. He dominated the entire fourth quarter. He's the one that did everything for him, and they wouldn't have won without him. And people run with that. But I watched the games, and truth be told, really, Goran Dragic has been getting majority of the clutch buckets for the Miami Heat. Not all. He's been leading them in scoring the entire way. And scoring isn't everything, but the superstar, he got to be able to get you big buckets in critical moments. You got to be able to give him the ball and say, "Hey, we need a big bucket. We need one. Give it to me." Find a way to score the rock consistently. And I don't think Jimmy can score. He's not that great of a scorer to me. He's not that good of a scorer. He can score, but he ain't great of a scorer to be a superstar. Goran Dragic scores more efficiently to me. Even Tyler Hero and them then came up with huge big buckets. Like, I'm gonna say this. Jimmy Butler's a good player, but the Miami Heat are a team that is a well-oiled machine. Pat Riley, I tip my hat to Pat Riley. He has assembled them in great fashion. He has. He's put together a very good team. These boys play hard. They play all for each other. But these guys, they not intimidated. They come out to hoop. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Bam Adebayo, Goran Dragic, them boys can play ball without question, right? So they are a great team. But Jimmy ain't did nothing to me. Like, he had a 40-point game earlier in the playoffs, but truthfully, you can prevent Jimmy Butler from scoring pretty easily, in my opinion. You can prevent him from scoring. He's not that good of a scorer, despite the 40-point game he had earlier in the playoffs. If you stay on your feet when guarding Jimmy Butler and don't foul him, he will struggle to score and shoot over defenders, especially if you're a little taller than him or his height. Like, he will struggle to shoot over you. If you don't foul him and you stay on your feet, he'll struggle to score. Jimmy is not a player that can score at will. He's not. He's not a dominant scorer who can get you buckets in any situation. Like, a superstar can get you buckets in any situation. Seriously, any type of situation, he can get you a bucket. That's what a superstar is. Like Kevin Durant, KD, Devin Booker. And Devin Booker ain't superstar status yet because he ain't been to the playoffs yet. But Devin Booker going to get to that level. James Harden, Steph Curry, LeBron James, they can get you a bucket in any situation. Seriously, right? But Jimmy cannot do that, which is why I don't understand why his nickname is Jimmy Buckets. Because Jimmy can't get you a bucket in any situation. He can't do that. He scores a lot in certain points, but he ain't just no natural scorer. He's not that good of a scorer. And that's why the Miami Heat are not going to win a championship this year, right? I like the team that they have. They looking good together. They play well together. They play very, very hard. That's a testament to Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. I got to give all credit to him because I remember when LeBron was there, I thought he just was winning because he had LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. Man, the brother can coach his butt off, right? And the young boy, and I'm going to give it to them. Them boys playing hard. They play for each other. They buy in. But them young dudes, man, Tyler Hero and them, you have to cut them checks for them boys. They coming through in the clutch with big buckets, bigger buckets than Jimmy Butler. And I ain't trying to shit on him or nothing like that. But like a Jimmy Butler led team is not winning the NBA title. They not winning no title. A Jimmy Butler led team. Not with him being the best player on the squad. A team with Jimmy Butler as the best player is not winning a championship, right? See, look, I know a lot of the people, the fans, the media, they push it and they love this. That hard hat and lunch pail shit only gets you so far. Excuse my language. That's only going to get you so far. It's nice that he's a hard worker and he's the first in the gym and the last one out and so on and so forth. That's nice. That's cool that he can get that's cool that, he's always in the gym and he can be the guy that's always working hard and working up a sweat and showing that the hard work is cool and all of that. It's nice. But can you get big buckets down the stretch to finish out games and close out games consistently? Can you do that, brother? Right? All that coming in the gym first and leaving last, that's cool. But can you get big buckets down the stretch consistently to win a game? I'm going to tell y'all this. Talent will always prevail. The hard-working dude. The talented dude in basketball and stuff like that, the talented dude, because the other talented dudes, they work hard. If you talented and you work hard, the talented dude going to beat the dude that work hard. I'm going to say this, because this is always the cliche that hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. But when the talent work hard too, he going to always beat the hard-hat lunch pail dude that's just a hard work dude. Because eventually the hard work dude's game is going to show holes where he is not that nice. And the dude that is that nice is going to exploit those holes. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And if the Miami Heat, close out the Boston Celtics, I believe that a LeBron James, a guy that is talented as hell and works very hard, is going to exploit Jimmy Butler. Right? Jimmy played good D on Bron, but I still think Bron going to exploit that. You know what I'm saying? He's going to know how to play. And LeBron got a high IQ. He's just going to know how to play Jimmy Butler. So where Jimmy ain't going to be going for 50 and 40 like you know. He's a very good player. Jimmy's a very good player. But his super fans be hyping him up way too much to where they have people thinking he's something that he's not. Right? My auntie, he played for the Chicago Bulls. My auntie and them support Bulls everywhere they go. I understand that. But I've been telling people when he was in Chicago, I knew he's a good player. He's going to make some all-star teams. He got a little Kyle Lowry in him at times, right? And Kyle played very good this playoff. I'm going to tip my hat to Kyle. He's going to make all-star teams, but Kyle Lowry not no superstar. And that Kyle Lowry-led team is not winning no championship. They're not. Same with Jimmy Butler. He's a good player, right? He's going to make all-star teams. He's going to have some good moments. But he ain't a team led by him is not winning no chip. They not, right? See, Jimmy Butler's super fans, they have him thinking he better than what he is too, to me, right? He's not a top 10 player. He not. But his fans, a lot of his super fans believe he is. He's a very good player. I repeat, he's a very good player, but he's not transcendent. Again, Dragic been leading the way the whole way in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler playing as a second option behind Goran Dragic. And sometimes he being a third option to Tyler Hero. Sometimes he even being third option to Tyler Hero. Jimmy is not as reliable as his fans would have you believe, or his fans would want him to be, especially in the big games. This last game, Game 5, right? I'm thinking, hey, Miami gonna close Boston out this time around, especially when they got that decent lead. I'm like, yeah, man, Jason Tatum and them, they messing around. They ain't doing what they need to do. Jimmy Butler, not Jimmy Butler. The Miami Heat and them are gonna just get them up boys up out of there. The Miami Heat gonna get them up out of there. And I knew people go like, oh, Jimmy Butler in the finals and he gonna be the one. And my auntie all on Facebook, oh, Jimmy Bucket's gonna have something to say about that, bro. No, Jimmy's a good player, but again, the man cannot get you a bucket in any situation. So I don't know why they call him buckets like that. With a capital B too, they big bucket. No. I'm sorry, no. The man Jimmy Butler, and they call him Jimmy Buckets. The man had 16 points at halftime and finished the damn game with 17 points. The man finished the damn game with 17 points and he had 16 at halftime. What the hell? That's not transcendent, y'all. That's not all-time great. That's not a top 10 player move. It's not a superstar move. Right? That's a move from somebody that occasionally makes all-star teams. It's a very good player, but a very good player will do something like that. Right? And he only shot 11 shots after he saw his team was getting scorched. Only shot 11 shots. Brother, you got to shoot the ball more to give your team a chance to win, especially if you're that superstar. If you that all-time superstar, that transcendent player that people think you are, if you the guy that's going to be leading them and you the big shot, you big buckets, you gotta be able to try to get buckets now. You can't just be shooting 11 times and your team out here getting murked. That's not a good look, right? He got to do something in that situation, and he didn't. He had one more point after halftime. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And even looking at his stat line throughout the playoffs, right? 17 last game, shot 5 of 11. He had 24 the game before that, 8 of 20. Before that, 17 points on 6 of 13 shooting. Before that, Jimmy Butler had 14 points on 4 of 11 shooting. Before that, he had 20 points on 7 of 14 shooting. Game before that, he had 17 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Game before that, he had 17 points on 6 of 15 shooting. The game before that, he had 30 on 7 of 13. But then the game before that, he had 13 on 3 of 8 shooting. See, it's not consistent. And he had a lot of games where he putting 17 points up. And they winning games in spite of that because Tyler Hero, Goran Dragic and them is shooting it up and putting I'm talking about them boys out there sniping on them dudes out there. Them boys hooping, bam, and them coming through in the clutch and coming up big. And I know basketball is a team game, so a guy is not going to go for 30 every single night, and that's not going to happen. Everybody not going to go for 30 every single night. I know how basketball works. A guy not going to go for 30 every single night. But a guy is going to be able to get you them buckets in any situation. And I noticed that Jimmy can't do that. All you got to do is stay on your feet, put your hands up, don't foul him. He's going to struggle to score, especially when you're taller than him or his height. I've seen it too many times, right? You know, people telling me Jimmy Butler was this, that, and the third. And I remember when his last year in Chicago, when Dwayne Wade came to the shot and played for the Bulls, and Rondo was there. And the Bulls went up 2-0. Rondo got hurt. The Bulls lost 4 games in a row. If Jimmy Butler's so transcendent and all-time great, not all-time great, if he's a superstar like y'all say he is, he's not going to lose 4 straight games to an Isaiah Thomas-led Boston Celtics team. It's not going down. It's not happening like that, player. But it happened, and I watched it. I watched it occur, and I'm like, damn, Jimmy the superstar. You know, everybody telling me he a superstar. My auntie screaming, he a superstar. Now he coming to his own. Why he lost 4 straight games, fam? I don't care. Rondo's a great player. Exceptional talent, exceptional IQ. We seen it within the Lakers series. But Jimmy lost 4 straight games after going 2-0. He could have still won another game or something at least. That let me know he's not the guy to get you them big buckets and lead you out the fire. He's not a guy that's going to lead you out the fire time and time again consistently. You know what I mean? Now that other dude that playing LA, again, because everybody's saying that, LeBron James not this and that, and he had some games or whatever. But that dude, I've watched him lead his team out of fire. I've watched him consistently get buckets when his team needed him to do it. You know what I mean? Like, he is a transcendent player. Kevin Durant is a transcendent player, right? Steph Curry is a transcendent player to me. Now, James Harden ain't transcendent like that, but he is a superstar without question. James can get you a bucket in any type of situation. We know his struggles sometimes throughout playoff performances, but he can get you a bucket in any situation. It's not as easy to guard James Harden as it is to guard Jimmy Butler. It's not. You know what I mean? But I just want to tell y'all, Jimmy Butler is an all-star. He is not a superstar. I know my auntie, she going to be watching. Auntie, he is not a superstar. My dad, he is not a superstar. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about on that one. He is an all-star, not a superstar.